Their impact was tangible. Soon after Louis-Philippe had left Windsor, Queen Victoria wrote to him to say how much we wish to see growing stronger and stronger this entente cordiale between our two countries.
While everyone was distracted by the drama, King Charles was secretly planning something that changes everything for Harry, Beatrice, and Eugenie. What he's about to reveal will shock the entire world. These three royals, once cast aside and forgotten, are suddenly at the center of the biggest royal transformation in decades. You won't believe what role they're about to play.
But the other side have won in keeping me unsafe. So again, there's a lot of question marks that a lot of people will have. I have all of the truth. I have all of the knowledge now throughout the legal process. I've uncovered my worst fears.
To understand what's happening now, we need to clear up a common misconception. You've probably heard the phrase slim down monarchy countless times in recent years. It's been repeated so often that many people assume King Charles spent decades planning to drastically reduce the number of working royals. But according to royal biographer Robert Hardman, who has studied the king's reign extensively, there's actually no evidence that Charles ever explicitly called for such a plan. The idea, Hardman explains, has taken on a life of its own despite the fact that Charles never formally advocated for it. What Charles did envision was something more subtle. He looked at how the monarchy operated when his mother became queen in the 1950s, with numerous cousins, uncles, and aunts, all holding official roles. He recognized that such an extensive structure wouldn't be sustainable in the 21st century. But his thinking wasn't about taking what existed and cutting it down. Instead, he simply believed the monarchy shouldn't continue expanding in the way it once did. The difference might seem small, but it's actually quite significant. One approach suggests deliberate exclusion, while the other reflects natural evolution. The reality, of course, is that circumstances have forced changes Charles might not have planned. When Prince Harry and Meghan stepped back from royal duties in 2020, followed by Prince Andrew's departure from public life after his association with Jeffrey Epstein came to light, the working royal family naturally became much smaller. What might have been a gradual transition happened suddenly instead. Today, the core group of working royals consists of just 7 people: King Charles, Queen Camilla, Prince William, Princess Catherine, Princess Anne, Prince Edward, and the Duchess of Edinburgh. Royal experts have pointed out that this group has become more than slimmed down. Some describe it as looking positively stretched thin, especially after both the King and Princess Catherine faced serious health challenges in their 24 that took them away from public duties for extended periods. This is where Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie enter the picture. The two sisters have found themselves in a unique position. They're royals by birth, as granddaughters of Queen Elizabeth II, but they've never been working royals funded by taxpayers. Instead, they've built independent careers while maintaining connections to their royal heritage. And according to multiple sources close to the palace, King Charles has been particularly determined to protect them. The king's affection for his nieces has been well documented by those who know the family. When difficult decisions had to be made regarding their father's titles and position following the Epstein scandal, Charles reportedly insisted that nothing should impact Beatrice and Eugenie. Sources told the Daily Mail that he wouldn't have wanted to sign off on anything that would affect them negatively. This wasn't just sentiment speaking. Charles recognizes that his nieces have conducted themselves with dignity and have quietly contributed to charitable causes without seeking the spotlight or creating controversy. Both princesses have retained their titles and their positions in the line of succession. Beatrice stands 9th in line to the throne, while Eugenie is 12th. More importantly, they remain welcome at significant family gatherings. They're invited to Christmas at Sandringham, Easter services, and other royal occasions. The message from the king seems clear. Being part of the family doesn't require being a full-time working royal, and the mistakes or controversies of parents shouldn't define their children's place in the institution. This brings us to Prince Harry, whose relationship with his father and the wider royal family has been the subject of intense speculation and media coverage for years. The estrangement between Harry and his family has been painful to witness, particularly because it began with such promise. Harry was once one of the most popular members of the royal family, known for his military service, his work with wounded veterans through the Invictus Games, and his genuine warmth with the public. The breakdown of his relationship with the institution and with his brother William has been well chronicled. The departure to California in 2020, the interview with Oprah Winfrey in 2021, and Harry's memoir released in 2023 all created distance that seemed impossible to bridge. But recently, there have been signs that reconciliation might not be as far-fetched as many believed. In September of 2025, something significant happened. After 19 months without seeing each other, Harry and King Charles reunited for a private meeting at Clarence House in London. Harry had returned to Britain for a series of charity engagements, and speculation had been building throughout his visit about whether father and son would meet. When Harry was photographed being driven through the gates of Clarence House, it confirmed what many had hoped for. The meeting itself was described as private, and importantly, no details leaked to the press afterward. This discretion is notable because it suggests both sides are serious about rebuilding trust rather than playing out their relationship in public. In the months leading up to this reunion, there had already been encouraging signs. Back in July, senior aides representing both King Charles and Prince Harry had met privately at a London club. This meeting, which took place at the Royal Overseas League, was described as casual and without a formal agenda, but it represented the first serious step in years toward opening communication channels between father and son. Harry himself had signaled his desire for reconciliation earlier in the year. In a BBC interview in May, he spoke emotionally about his hope to rebuild relationships with his family. He acknowledged that some family members might never forgive him for writing his memoir or for other decisions he's made, but he expressed a genuine wish for healing. Royal experts noted that Harry seemed to be taking a different approach, one focused on listening rather than airing grievances. The path forward for Harry remains uncertain. His legal battles over security arrangements in Britain had created additional tension, with Harry stating publicly that his father wouldn't speak to him because of these disputes. But with that court case now concluded, one major obstacle to communication has been removed. Sources close to both sides have suggested that the king, despite his disappointment over various issues, has never entirely closed the door on his younger son. King Charles has always been described by those who know him well as someone with a compassionate nature. Former BBC royal correspondent Jenny Bond noted that although Charles can have a fiery temperament when provoked, his threats tend to carry less weight than his actions suggest. He's known to be moved by emotional moments, particularly by art and music. These aren't the characteristics of someone who would permanently exile a family member without possibility of return. What Charles appears to want is not vengeance or continued estrangement, but rather accountability and a path forward that respects the institution he now leads. He's navigating an incredibly difficult balance. On one hand, he's a father who loves his son and wants to maintain that relationship. On the other, he's the monarch responsible for protecting an institution that serves millions of people and represents something larger than any individual family drama. The situation with Beatrice, Eugenie, and Harry illustrates a broader principle that seems to guide Charles's thinking about the monarchy's future. It's not primarily about titles, official roles, or who appears on the Buckingham Palace balcony during Trooping the Colour. Instead, it's about service, contribution, and maintaining family bonds, while respecting the responsibilities that come with royal status. For Beatrice and Eugenie, this has meant carving out a space where they can honor their heritage while living independent lives. For Harry, it might mean finding a way to contribute positively to causes he cares about, while also respecting the institution his father leads, even if his role looks different from what it once was. The monarchy King Charles is building seems less interested in rigid hierarchies and more focused on what each person can meaningfully contribute. It's an institution trying to find relevance in a world that increasingly questions inherited privilege, while still maintaining the traditions and continuity that give it meaning. Whether this vision succeeds will depend not just on Charles, but on how the other members of his family navigate their own roles in this new era. While the headlines have focused on who's leaving the royal family or losing their positions, two women have been quietly building something remarkable. Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie have spent years working behind the scenes, supporting charitable causes, building successful careers, and maintaining their dignity despite being caught in the crossfire of their father's controversies. Now, as the royal family faces a shortage of active members, people are beginning to recognize the value these sisters bring to the institution. Both princesses have always occupied an unusual space within the royal hierarchy. They're genuine princesses by birth, holding the style of Her Royal Highness, but they've never been working royals in the traditional sense. They don't receive funding from the sovereign grant, the public money that supports official royal duties. They don't undertake engagements on behalf of the monarch or represent the crown at official functions. Instead, they've had to forge their own paths, balancing their royal heritage with the need to build independent lives and careers. This hasn't been easy. Being associated with royalty opens certain doors, but it also creates expectations and scrutiny that most people never experience. Every outfit choice gets photographed and critiqued. Every public appearance generates commentary. And when their father became embroiled in scandal, they found themselves answering questions about situations they had no part in creating. Through it all, Beatrice and Eugenie have maintained remarkably positive reputations. Grant Harold, a former royal butler who worked at Highgrove House, remembers both sisters fondly from their visits there. He described them as really nice, sweet, and gentle. He noted that they always said their please and thank yous, and were very polite. These might seem like small things, but in the high-pressure environment of royal life, maintaining basic courtesy and warmth speaks volumes about character. Harold emphasized that they were extremely lovely young women who were much-loved members of the royal family. What's particularly impressive about both sisters is how they've managed to contribute meaningfully to society while maintaining their own professional identities. Princess Beatrice works in the technology sector, currently serving as Vice President of Partnerships and Strategy at a company called Affinity. She's also launched her own ventures, including an advisory group focused on enhancing emotional intelligence during the rise of artificial intelligence. In early 2025, she co-founded a new company called Purpose Economy Intelligence, alongside an executive from the World Economic Forum. Princess Eugenie has built her career in the art world. Since 2015, she's worked at Hauser & Wirth, a prestigious contemporary art gallery, where she now holds the position of Associate Director. Her professional expertise is genuine and hard-earned, not simply a title granted because of her family background. She's carved out respect within the competitive art industry on her own merits. But it's their charitable work that truly sets them apart. Both sisters have used their platforms to support causes they genuinely care about, often focusing on issues connected to their personal experiences. Princess Beatrice has been remarkably open about her dyslexia, and she's channeled that experience into advocacy work. She became patron of the Helen Arkell Dyslexia Center in 2013, crediting the organization with helping her achieve her academic success. She's spoken publicly about how she would not have been able to achieve her results without the support she received there. Beatrice's other patronages reflect a consistent focus on children, education, and health. She supports the Forget-Me-Not Children's Hospice, which cares for children with life-shortening conditions. She works with the Teenage Cancer Trust, providing specialized support for young people facing cancer diagnoses. And after experiencing premature birth with her second daughter Athena on January 2025, Beatrice became patron of Born, a charity funding research into the causes of premature birth. She wrote movingly about that experience in British Vogue, describing how routine scans revealed concerns, and how it took more than a few weeks for the tears of relief to dry after her daughter arrived safely. Most recently, in July 2025, Princess Beatrice was appointed patron of the Chartered College of Teaching, taking over a role previously held by her grandfather, Prince Philip. In her statement accepting the position, she spoke about the power that teachers have in shaping lives and transforming futures. She described herself as a passionate believer in the vital role that teachers play every day, noting that she knows firsthand the impact that great teaching can leave on a child and their family. This isn't just rhetoric. Given her own struggles with dyslexia and the support she received from educators, her commitment to this cause carries genuine weight. Princess Eugenie has similarly focused her charitable efforts on causes connected to her personal journey. At age 12, she underwent major surgery to correct scoliosis, a curvature of the spine. The operation involved inserting 2 8-inch titanium rods into her back. That experience profoundly shaped her perspective, and she's been open about it in ways that have helped others facing similar challenges. She even chose to wear a low-back wedding dress when she married Jack Brooksbank in 2018, deliberately revealing her surgical scars to the world as a statement of acceptance and pride. This experience led her to become patron of the Royal National Orthopedic Hospital, where she had her surgery, and later of Horatio's Garden, a charity that creates gardens in National Health Service spinal injury centers across Britain. Speaking about this work, Eugenie explained that as a former spinal patient herself, she understands how the chance to get outside is beneficial not only for recovery, but for staying positive at a life-changing and often traumatic time. Eugenie's other charitable work is equally impressive. She co-founded the Anti-Slavery Collective in 2017 with her friend Julia de Boinville. The organization brings change-makers together to raise awareness about modern slavery, a cause that doesn't typically receive royal attention, but represents a significant human rights issue. She's also patron of the Elephant Family, a conservation charity co-founded by Queen Camilla's late brother, Mark Shand. Her patronages extend to the Teenage Cancer Trust, which she supports alongside her sister and mother, the European School of Osteopathy, and various arts organizations, reflecting her professional background. In 2025, Princess Eugenie took on an additional role that signals potential changes ahead. She became a mentor for the King's Foundation's 35 Under 35 network of changemakers. This program, directly connected to King Charles's own charitable work, represents a concrete link between Eugenie and the King's priorities. It suggests that Charles sees value in involving his nieces in initiatives connected to the crown, even if they're not full-time working royals. Both sisters have also been more visible at royal events recently, and people have started to notice. In early 2025, they made their first public appearances of the year together during a video call celebrating Teenage Cancer Trust fundraisers. They were joined by their mother, Sarah Ferguson, and all three spoke movingly about the charity's work providing specialized care for young people with cancer. During that call, Princess Beatrice became emotional, explaining that her tears came from inspiration, though she added with characteristic humor that being pregnant meant she cried at absolutely everything. Princess Beatrice made headlines when she attended an Elephant Family Gala event alongside King Charles and Queen Camilla. What made this appearance notable was that Beatrice took center stage at an event typically reserved for more senior working royals like Princess Catherine or the Duchess of Edinburgh. Royal watchers interpreted this as a signal that Charles might be opening the door to greater involvement from his nieces. Similarly, Princess Eugenie attended a Buckingham Palace garden party alongside the Prince and Princess of Wales, another high-profile royal occasion. She and Beatrice were also photographed together at the Chelsea Flower Show, dressed in complementary floral outfits and clearly enjoying each other's company. Eugenie shared photos from the event with the caption about what a lovely afternoon it was, especially getting to spend it with her sister. These appearances might seem insignificant on their own, but taken together, they suggest a pattern. The sisters are being included in more royal occasions. They're being given higher profile roles at certain events, and they're being connected to charitable initiatives directly linked to King Charles's work. Royal commentator Richard Eden reported in the Daily Mail that royal sources told him the situation for Beatrice and Eugenie might change in time, given that the royal family is smaller after Harry and Meghan stepped down. One courtier allegedly explained that although Prince William still believes in a streamlined monarchy, he is increasingly aware of his extended family. This makes practical sense. The current working royal family is extremely small, and several members are elderly or dealing with health issues. Princess Anne, who consistently undertakes the most royal engagements of any family member, is in her mid-70s. King Charles is receiving treatment for cancer. Princess Catherine spent much of 2024 recovering from her own cancer treatment. The workload is immense, with thousands of patronages, charities, and organizations expecting royal involvement. Beatrice and Eugenie represent an untapped resource. They're both in their 30s, energetic, and already experienced with charitable work and public speaking. They understand royal protocol and expectations, having grown up within the system. They have genuine expertise in their respective fields of technology and art. And crucially, they've managed to avoid the controversies and missteps that have plagued other royals. They balance their professional lives with motherhood, with Beatrice raising 2 daughters and a stepson, while Eugenie has 2 young sons. They represent a modern model of what royal women can be: professionally accomplished, charitable, and family-focused. The question now is whether this informal involvement will evolve into something more official. Will Beatrice and Eugenie eventually become working royals, undertaking duties on behalf of the king, and receiving appropriate support to do so? Or will they continue in their current hybrid role, contributing when asked but maintaining their independence and careers? King Charles seems to be leaving that door open, recognizing that the monarchy's needs may require flexibility in the years ahead. The British monarchy stands at a crossroads, facing challenges that would have been unimaginable just a generation ago. The model that sustained the institution for centuries, with dozens of royals carrying out thousands of engagements each year, has become unsustainable. The question isn't whether the monarchy will change, but rather how it will evolve while maintaining the qualities that make it meaningful to millions of people. The current situation reveals the complexity of modernizing an ancient institution. Right now, only 7 people serve as full-time working royals: King Charles, Queen Camilla, Prince William, Princess Catherine, Princess Anne, Prince Edward, and the Duchess of Edinburgh. When you consider the scope of their responsibilities, this number seems almost impossibly small. These 7 individuals are expected to represent the crown at countless events, support hundreds of charities and organizations, conduct state visits, host foreign dignitaries, and maintain connections with communities across Britain and the Commonwealth. The strain became painfully obvious in 2024, when both King Charles and Princess Catherine were diagnosed with cancer and had to step back from public duties during treatment. Suddenly, the already small team was reduced even further. Princess Anne, despite being in her 70s, continued carrying an enormous workload. Prince William balanced his own duties with caring for his wife and 3 young children. The cracks in the system became visible to everyone watching. Royal experts and commentators have pointed out that the working royal unit has become more than slimmed down. Some describe it as looking positively stretched thin, even emaciated. The monarchy that Queen Elizabeth presided over during much of her reign, with numerous cousins and extended family members sharing the burden, no longer exists. Prince Harry's departure removed a popular and hardworking royal. Prince Andrew's exit, while necessary given the circumstances, eliminated another person who had undertaken hundreds of engagements annually. The Sussexes stepping back meant losing not 1 but 2 active royals. This creates both a crisis and an opportunity. The crisis is obvious. There simply aren't enough people to do the work. But the opportunity lies in reimagining what royal service actually means in the 21st century. Does meaningful contribution require being a full-time working royal funded by taxpayers? Or can people serve the institution and the nation in different ways? Perhaps combining royal duties with independent careers and lives. Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie offer one possible answer to that question. They've demonstrated for years that you can honor your royal heritage and contribute to worthy causes without being on the official payroll. Beatrice works in technology and strategic partnerships. Eugenie has built a respected career in the art world. Yet both maintain numerous charitable patronages and appear at royal events when invited. They've proven that the binary choice between being a full-time working royal or having nothing to do with the institution doesn't have to be the only option. Their model could prove particularly valuable as the next generation comes of age. Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis are still children. In 15 or 20 years, they'll presumably take on more responsibilities, but that future is distant. In the meantime, the monarchy needs capable people who can bridge the gap. Beatrice and Eugenie could serve that function, taking on more visible roles during their prime years, and then stepping back as William's children mature. This approach would also acknowledge a reality that many younger people understand instinctively. Fulfillment comes from multiple sources. Previous generations of royals often had little choice but to dedicate themselves entirely to royal duty or step away completely. But modern life offers more flexibility. Someone can maintain a professional identity, pursue work they find meaningful, raise a family, and still contribute to public service. Beatrice and Eugenie have already shown this is possible. Expanding their roles would simply recognize and formalize what they've been doing informally for years. For Prince Harry, the path forward looks different but equally important. Reconciliation with his father and brother doesn't necessarily mean returning to Britain and resuming the royal duties he left behind. That ship has likely sailed, and perhaps that's acceptable to everyone involved. But it could mean finding ways to heal family relationships while still pursuing the causes he cares about, from mental health advocacy to supporting veterans through the Invictus Games. The meeting between Harry and King Charles in September 2025, followed by careful discretion about what was discussed, suggests that both men understand the importance of rebuilding trust privately before anything public can happen. Harry has repeatedly expressed his desire for reconciliation. He's acknowledged that some family members may never forgive certain things he's said or written, but he's also made clear that he values his family connections and wants his children to know their British heritage and relatives. King Charles, despite the hurt and disappointment he must feel over how things unfolded, appears willing to keep communication channels open. He's demonstrated throughout his life that he values family bonds, even when relationships become complicated. As a father, he surely wants some relationship with his younger son and his grandchildren in California. As king, he must balance those personal desires with institutional responsibilities. Finding that balance won't be easy, but the fact that both sides are talking represents meaningful progress. What emerges from all this is a vision of monarchy based less on rigid structures and more on meaningful contribution. It's an institution asking not, "What is your title?" but rather, "What can you offer?" For Beatrice and Eugenie, the answer involves their charitable work, their professional expertise, and their willingness to represent the family at events when needed. For Harry, if reconciliation continues, the answer might involve supporting causes aligned with royal values while living the independent life he's chosen. The monarchy King Charles is shaping won't look like the one his mother led, and that's probably appropriate. Each era requires its own approach. What matters is preserving the institution's ability to serve, inspire, and connect with people while adapting to contemporary realities. Whether this vision succeeds will depend on flexibility, forgiveness, and a willingness to value contribution over convention. The coming years will reveal whether the royal family can evolve without losing what makes it matter.